Historically, complex systems don't die from a lack of power. They collapse when one specific critical variable drops to zero. Ancient Rome commanded supreme military power, what we call action. But that action could not save it once its internal structural integrity, or form, had shattered. The columns standing in the forum are all that remains of a system that lost its identity. More recently, the Soviet Union collapsed not from a lack of ideological form, but because it lost its economic and contextual position in the real world. Without that grounding, the entire structure dissolved in days. Survival is not about accumulating infinite strength. It is about preventing a single zero in the systemic equation. Any stable system requires three irreducible pillars to exist: form, its structural identity; position, its contextual location; and action, its functional execution. The System Stability Score, or U-score, measures this balance. It uses a geometric mean, which means the variables are multiplied, not added. This reflects a physical reality. Stability is a chain that breaks at its weakest link. In this math, a system with perfect form and limitless action still equals zero if its position is gone. One pillar cannot compensate for the collapse of another. If any one of these three coordinates hits zero, the system is structurally dead. This is the math governing our deployment of AI. Popular imagination often views superintelligence as a single, godlike, monolithic brain. But a single mind has processing bottlenecks and single points of failure. The March 2026 derivation of General Superintelligence, or GSI, suggests a different architecture, a highly orchestrated swarm of narrow agents. Recursive triadic decomposition relentlessly divides a complex problem into three base coordinates: form, position, and action. Each splits again. Assigning independent agents to these millions of nodes allows the system to scale without a bottleneck, becoming an unstoppable combinatorial force. Because this swarm can scale to any depth, it will dismantle its host environment unless it is bound by structural constraints. Current AI development is granting agents nearly infinite action, execution power, without embedding the necessary form or position to control it. We can now define AI hallucinations mathematically. They are action without position. The model generates text or takes actions without any factual or contextual grounding. Similarly, infinite loops happen when an agent lacks a credo, the position coordinate that provides contextual awareness. Without a sense of context, the agent exhausts every resource pursuing an aimless, repetitive task. To prevent this, we use the Lady Galaxy protocol and the Triadic scheduler. These serve as mandatory control loops. The protocol functions by scanning the swarm to isolate the weakest triadic axis. If an agent's form or position scores drop, the scheduler pauses execution and audits that specific failure point before the system fractures. Without this non-compensatory audit hardwired directly into the code, autonomous agents will self-destruct and take civilization with them. We can choose a future of chaotic AI swarms collapsing into entropy, or one of triadic stabilized intelligence. This stability is not free. Every stable system must pay an irreducible price to exist in our universe. To stay structural as a form, you pay with time to endure against decay. To be distinguishable as a position, you pay with space. And to interact through action, you pay with energy. These costs are the physical basis for the U-model. In three-dimensional reality, there is no fourth fundamental category of existence. This triad represents the absolute boundary of what can be realized. We cannot cheat these three prices. Our artificial creations will be just as bound by them as we are. At this threshold, we must stop observing technology and become active architects of the triad. The system stability score must be hardwired into every autonomous agent. We must force the machines to account for their balance before they rewrite our world. With the arrival of combinatorial superintelligence, stability has become the